Alright, now this will be a long one because this will be a total 8-mark question where you need to do the query and a report at the same time. So task A2d starts by saying Clara wants a list of classes, and the list must include the classes where she is the instructor and that costs £6. Show only these fields in the order class ID, day, title, and type, and sort the results in the ascending order of class ID. We're going to create a query on the classes table to find the information. Then we're going to save the query as classes query. So by looking at this, we need to do the same part in A2C, and we're going to create a query under the classes table. So I'm going to head back to my Microsoft Access. And what I can do right now is to make sure I open up the classes table and have a look of the data if you would like to. Then go straight ahead and create the query like you did before. And this time you open up the classes table and make sure that you can extend this so that all of the fields can be seen. Alright, so what I would like to do, of course, I like to put in all the fields that I want to into the bottom of the design so that we can easily put in the criteria that we need and then realign it later on. So the first thing we can do is we need to make sure we filter only the information that includes the classes where Clara is the instructor and it costs £6. Before we do that, we go back to the classes table to observe our cost and instructor. So that means we just need to include the cost of £6 and Clara is the instructor. So what we can do right here at the criteria, we can filter with £6, just putting in 6 number, and the instructor, we can type in Clara, and then the filter will now apply. And to check whether that's correct, we just go run, and you can see that only cost of the £6 and Clara is the instructor are now being included. Now I'll head back to the design view and want to do the next point to show only class ID, day, title, and type in the order. Class ID, day, and we're just going to realign this one to the second one. And then ensure that title and type is the third and the fourth, and the rest we don't need to show. To run that, you'll be able to see that these information are being in the results, and go back to the design view and sort this in the ascending order of class ID. And we're just going to select here sort ascending order, and then that's about it. To check whether or not this is correct, yes, this is in the ascending order where F starts first and ends with W and with the information that we have here. Now what we have to do right now is to create this query as classes underscore query. You can simply do that by right-clicking query 1 and save this as classes underscore query. And that's being saved, and you can see that the information right now is placed on the left. Now, the next one will need us to create a report based on the results from the classes query. And we have to create a report that displays the results that have a suitable title. Group the report based on the field day, and then include an automated date in short date format in the header, and show only the required fields. Show the record sorted as required, and formatted it so the day field name and the day field value stands out. Include the page number in the report header. Right, so to do so, we can go into Microsoft Access and we can straight away and go into the report wizard. Now, just make sure that the classes query is being selected and then just transfer everything in there. Just go next, next, next. Now, in this section, they don't really tell us what design that we're going to have. There's no requirements over in this question, so we just go ahead and just go by the default. But this one, before you click finish, make sure that the name is being re-saved as classes report. Then select modify and click finish. Now here, all right, so to do the suitable typo, you can just simply just rename any kind of suitable title. For me, I'm just going to just write report of the query classes. As long as it's different from the default classes report, that should be fine. And just let it be. And that will be your title. The next one is that we need to group the report based on the field day. Now to do so, we can simply be at the report design, which is the design view right over here. And to add that, we can simply go to group and sort and ensure that you can add a group to the day itself. Now, whenever you do this, this day header will appear and this one big space will be shown here. And if I go into the report view, you can see that this is a very large design. If that's happened to you, you can just actually just reduce the day header to a more comfortable view. And then this report will look much more easier to look at. All right, so the day right now has been grouped, and what we can do right now is to include an automated date in the short date format in the header itself. And that header, we can go back into the design view with this if you're not there. And you can simply at this corner and at the top, their header and footer right here, you can see the date and type there. And you can include a short date by simply select this one. This will be the short date. And I don't think we need to include the time, so we just need to make sure that include time is not there and select OK. You can see that the date has been added up for you at the top right. Once it's done, you can only show the only required fields, which means that you have all of the class ID, day, title, and type is in there. So we basically done that already and show the record sorted as required. All right, so to format, so the day and the field name of day field name and date field values stand out. So we can just simply do that and select the details, these two things right here. All right, select these things. You can just hold shift on your keyboard to select these two things together. What I would like to do, I just want to bold this, and this will stand out. And you just go onto the report and you will see that the day and everything has been emphasized with a bold color, and all of our informations are correct with that. Now, I still don't like this little header, so I'm just going back into the design view and just change that day header all group up together, and then it's now nicer for me to look at already, and everything should be fine. And here we need to include the last thing is to include the page number in the report header itself. And I'm just going to go back to the report design view, and right at the bottom I would like to include the page number in the report header. Just here at the header footer, I'm going to put this there, page number. I'm going to put this at the bottom, and it doesn't really say whether or not that I need to page n of m or whatever. I'm just going to put in page n itself. And it also doesn't tell us which alignment that we need to include it. So I'm just going to select it as default center. And you can see that the page is there and should be fine in the report view. So we have to include the page number in the report header. Now, in my design right now, the page number has already been created right here in the design view. You can see that inside the page footer, the pages is already there. And in the report view, you can see that the page 101 is already here, but we need to make sure that this goes up to the report header itself. because this is what the question wants us to have. So we can simply just go into the design view, and you can just simply drag this to the top, and then you will have the page number. Now, if you go back to the report view, it is now at the top of the report header. Now, imagine if you do not have this and you accidentally deleted something, you can always go to the header and footer and then go to the page number, make sure that this is at the top of page, and select. But when you do that, this will show here. All you have to do is to drag it to the top. Imagine if you don't have this, and you will be able to see that over there. Now, since I already have that one, I'm just going to delete this one here. And that's about it. So here we have to make sure we save this as a classes report, which we did. We did it in the beginning. So I'm just going to go ahead and save again. I'm going to take a screenshot in design view to show that we have included the automated date in the short date format in the header. Just want to make sure that I just screenshot everything. So I just screenshot this one, and I'm going to paste this in A2d, place it here, and I need to take another screenshot of the report in print view, making sure we show the page number. So we can head back, and in print view, we just make sure we select print preview, select OK, and this will be the design that we have and what we're showcasing the page number we have as well. And we paste this inside the evidence of A2d. And with that, is how you do A2d. And good luck, everybody.